going to happen. It has to. At this point in time, we've gone too far.
Well, like I said, yeah, and I'm hoping this. Because we're still here. Obviously, we're Gen Xers, and we're gonna continue to do our part. But now it's mainly for the newer generation, all these Zoomers.
Yeah, in fact, I was just talking to my daughter about it, who's 17 and going to be turning 18 in October. So technically, I think she's going to be able to vote in this incoming election. I said, this is my personal feeling, not of the show, just mine. So I said, your coming generation, of you with the social media and the TikTok and the Instagram and the Twitter and all this.
I love you.
If you guys really want to institute some change, really want to make a change that'll rock this nation to its core, get a good, legitimate third party going.
And that's what these young people need to do. But like I said, it needs to be established, and it's going to find all kinds of crazy opposition because the powers that be are happy.
We are already seeing that this younger generation, and I'm not saying it's only the younger, but come on, most of us, I don't know where we fall. I don't know if we're Gen X or whatever the fuck we are.
We're Xers.
But most of us, we don't have the time to go protest. We don't have the time to go riot. We don't have the time to, write congressmen. We don't have the time for this. We're working our asses off trying to put food on the table and pay our rent during fucking COVID.
Well,
you know what I mean?
And obviously
it's up to this younger generation.
And they do. I mean, you can thank Oklahoma to the Zoomers, the TikTokers, the K-pop motherfuckers.
Right.
All that. Gosh, they can be powerful if they unite.
Right,
and they did.
And that's what I'm saying. If this younger generation really wants to effect some change, this is how you do it. You start. I'm not saying. I don't know if I'm saying anything at all. I'm just saying this younger generation has the power and the technology to really reach out to every single person and really, really, really nail home some change that'll rock this country. Like really open its eyes. Like, wow, okay, maybe there are still options.
Yeah.
Because most of our political system is antiquated to you get what's on the news and that's it. It's not set up for social media. It's not set up for the interwebs. It's not set up for Google. It's just not.
Well, for the longest, our generation, we were rebellious towards the news. That's why back then, you remember the New Times. That was the alternative newspaper. That was the alternative news. I don't know anymore how alternative it is because, once things get to a certain level, big corporations jump in.
Right.
But, when it was like the grassroots, the indie shit, one thing I liked about the New Times is that you heard news or you read about shit there that you wouldn't read on the Arizona Republic or
that's right,
or shit like that because most of the big corporations, obviously, their big business controls them. So, and I guess these kids, you guys have the technology, you guys have everything to, get the information
to gain. You have the power nowadays. With all this, they legitimately have the capability and the means.
Even us motherfuckers right now. We have podcasts that we can put out there and do shit. But a lot of the times we reserve this time for a higher calling.
Right.
Talk shit. Talk about
and
sex
we do,
robots.
and we do. But the one point I really, I guess where I'm at right now with the whole tire thing. I'm starting to realize, and a lot more people are reaching out to me. People I didn't expect to reach out are reaching out and saying, I think more people feel what you're feeling than you realize. I think, and it's beginning to be impressed upon me that more people are not Democrat. More people are not Republican. Most people are kind of somewhere in the middle. And they're just tired of all the bullshit from the left and the fucking right. You know what I mean? There's a few hot topic items that, you're either all for or you're all against. But for the most part, on everything else, most people are kind of give and take on a lot of it.
Yeah.
And it's hard because, okay, so how are you going to get your information? Okay, well, I'll turn on the news. Oh, well, no, you can't because obviously the news on both sides is fucking biased. Extremely biased. So you turn on CNN, it's everything anti-Trump. You turn on Fox News, it's everything pro-Trump. I mean, there's no denying this at this point in time.
Okay.
You know, and you only got a few people in Congress and Senate right now that are actually legitimately, at least I feel like, trying to work both sides. You know, they're trying to work deals. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I think Rock 2020 is the way we need to go.
Well, to quote Jack Nicholson on Batman, this country needs an enema. Well, this town needs an enema, you know. Oh, gosh.
But it kind of does lead us up into our next topic that we had kind of thought about talking a little about.
Well, yeah, I mean, everything
we
seems
don't
so
normally
controlled.
go very political.
Well,
we
no.
really don't. But I think the whole world needed to hear that. Me and you were both kind of on the same side on this. We're both pretty much so sick and tired.
Yeah, because everybody is. I mean, and we get to see now that, I mean, it feels like everything is being orchestrated. Like there's a lot of our
some kind of a higher plan,
like our
or not a higher plan, but like some kind of a mysterious plan,
or like the politicians are puppets, but somewhere back behind the curtain there's a puppeteer.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of starting to see some things about that.
Well, you know, it's funny because, yeah, you said you wanted to talk about conspiracy theories today, and that's what this show is about today. And it has to do with, I guess this just happened to kind of bring us into that kind of shit, like you said.
Yeah, it just kind of, everything going on. It was kind of, for me, it was kind of a series of events. There's just a lot of things that just kept, for instance, Biden getting the presidential nomination when just about every debate he was going up against, Bernie Sanders was winning. You know what I mean? Like, wait a minute. And I think a lot of the public, you know what I mean? Like, so you're telling me this just happened by coincidence? Really? Come on. You know, like, we finally start getting rid of COVID-19 and then all of a sudden fucking murder hornets. You know what I mean? Like, really? Come on. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, murder hornets and asteroids and
fucking super volcanoes, and then all of a sudden, I don't know, it just seems like everything's just happening like according to some kind of a plan. And the more research you do into this, the more you can kind of start seeing some weird coincidences happening. And one of those happens to be Bohemian Grove.
Oh, we're starting with that.
I don't know if anyone...
Okay. Are you there?
I don't know if people... Yeah. Sorry, my daughter came in and gave me a hug. Anytime baby girl gives a hug, you got to get it.
Hey, enjoy them, because then they turn into teenagers, and then you practically have to, like, chase them around and like, hey, remember me?
I want a hug. No, I'm not giving you a hug. All right, fine. The Wi-Fi is getting turned off. Okay. You don't have to get crazy.
Yeah, enjoy it.
So, this Bohemian Grove, I heard about it a long time ago, and I remember hearing about it, and it was when Alex Jones from InfoWars, he kind of snuck in and did this whole, recorded a lot of it. Now, at the time when this happened, is when I saw it. So at the time, it looked really ominous and crazy. But now looking back, fucking however many years, I'm like, damn, that's some grainy ass footage. You can't really see shit in there. But you know, I was a young little motherfucker. I didn't know what was going on. And then here recently, Joe Rogan I saw some clip on YouTube. Joe Rogan was talking about it, and it kind of spurred my interest in it a little bit more. So I went back on and found some more information about it. That's a really wild and crazy thing.
Okay, so up until a few days ago, I've never really heard about this Bohemian Grove.
Okay.
So you sent me a text message. I started doing some research. And I got to admit, those motherfuckers know how to party.
Yeah, they do know how to party. That's for damn sure.
Well, not Not to mention that that party happens in California, and we all know that California knows how to party. Anyway, no, this is some serious shit here. I mean, it's like there's a waiting list that could be decades long.
Yeah, okay. So, from what I gather, I read I did a lot of research on this, and on both sides, some of them was really, really believing that this was a whole awful thing, and then others were like, no, this is come on, back it off a little. This is all it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, in order for you to become first off, it's an all-male club. It's a 100% male club. There's only 1,500 members, period.
Sausage party! Sorry.
That's right. That's right. A bunch of fucking sausages, kielbasa in the cookout. Only 1,500 members. And then, let's see, you have to, they have to ask you if you want to become a member. You have to fill out an application, and then somebody has to sponsor who's been a member for, I don't know, a bajillion years. And then your application goes to somebody else, and then they have to fill out an application, and then they have to put so many members that they know as well down there. And it goes through this whole process. And then once you make it to, like, let's say, stage level fucking Koopa Boss level 5, then you start meeting people on this fucking Council of Bohemian Club. And they decide whether or not they think you should become a member. Now, let's say you pass everything, then you get put on a waiting list. Just because you pass doesn't mean you get in. You get put on a waiting list, and somebody has to die or leave the club before you can become a member.
I'm sorry, that's just...
It's fucking crazy, ain't it?
Yeah, and then there's still, like, I think as of right now, there's a $25,000 entry.
Yeah, that's your okay. I'm going to give $25,000. That's just to get everything on the ball. So let's say you want to go through this whole process. Okay, to do that, you pay your $25,000, and then you go through the whole process. And then once you somebody, let's say you go through the whole process, and somebody fucking dies a month later, and you're next on a waiting list. So you become a member, and then your yearly dues start.
Yearly dues.
Yeah, so you could be a good decade into this before you're actually a member.
Wow, we're in the wrong business. We need to start some shit like this, Camp Cursory Overload.
Shit, I'm all for it, man.
Yeah.
Start a fucking little gentleman's club with fucking cigars and whiskey and scotch and. Old school, those brown leather chairs and shit, and people saying cheerio and shit like that.
Cheerio, mommy.
And so, okay, so once you become a member of Bohemian Club, then they have monthly meetings and they discuss different things and what really gets people's blood curdling for conspiracies, at least, is 2 weeks out of the year they meet in this place that they own. It's like 2,000 acres north of San Francisco. It's called Bohemian Grove.
Yeah. Now,
you have to be a member to get in. They got security guards all the way around it. You can't get in. It's on video. Like the whole exterior fence line is all under video and fucking tripwires and lasers and fucking nuclear missiles and all that kind of shit.
Jedi, Siths.
Yep, they got the Sith Lords out there. They got fucking. They got you think Mandalorian was cool with one baby Yoda? They got fucking 6 of them. All right, this is where we're at.
This is the way.
So, 2 weeks out of the year, they all get together. All of them. They all come flying in. All right, and then they go there. And when you're there, there's like it's supposed to be like a 2-week revelry of living life like you did when you were a young boy, as a teenager, is what it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying, like at the beginning, there's a ceremony, and is it called the cremation of care or something along that line? And what they do is they have this long. Everyone's wearing these real like druid style robes,
Cosplay.
and they make this big production, and then they end up lighting this straw figure on fire that looks like a corpse, and they do it while saying this old school fucking chant, and right in front of like a